Happy Black Lives Matter month. Take a look at what's going on in schools. It sure seems to be that way. Not Black History Month, as much as YouTube continues to push it with their nice fucking graphics up in the top left-hand corner, where just telling you that we really care about black people once a year for the shortest month in the year. Whatever. Do your own racist shit on your own time, okay? But you got schools out here. They're talking about how they're going to be celebrating Black History Month. Well, they would like to see the destruction of the black family just disseminated to everybody else there. It's all about sharing cultures, right? Schools embrace BLM Week of Action. Teach students to disrupt Western nuclear family dynamics. For what purpose? For what fucking purpose? Okay? Every single study, every single instance of a successful person is brought about by the cultivation by a strong nuclear family. So, what are these communist sympathizers out here doing? Well, let's figure out some of this shit. Schools across the nation are using this week to indoctrinate students with progressive activism using a curriculum promoted by Black Lives Matter movement, a parent group warns. During the Black Lives Matter at School Week of Action, which kicked off Monday, I guess January 31st. All of this stuff was last week, by the way, but I'm sure it'll continue on because the struggle never stops, brother, or whatever the fuck they do. Don't care. It was just a bunch of fucking communists. Public school districts from Boston to Seattle and everywhere in between, apparently, will teach lessons that correspond to core Black Lives Matter values, which such as diversity and globalism. I think the globe's fairly diverse, so that seems like mission accomplished. That should be a very, very short package right there. On Tuesday, and trans affirming, queer affirming, and collective value on Wednesday. I don't even know what that means. The lessons are based on 13, lucky number, I guess, or how many brothers these guys have in prison. Black Lives Matter guiding principles, including a call for black villages, which is the disruption of the Western nuclear family dynamics and a return to collective village that take care of each other. Ew. Cool, because that was successful, right? Good idea. Yes, let's revert back to cave dwelling times. I'm half expecting them to turn woodshop or any woodshop classes and changing their curriculum for the minute into how to properly craft a shield and a spear. You fucking idiots. And a commitment to dismantle cisgendered privilege and uplift black trans folk. Yeah, both of them. You need to do that. And all of this shit is happening in schools? I guess this is retarded. But this is just happening in the States, and only you guys have Black History Month. But we have all of this trans, queer, gay shit going on up here. And I seen this when we were talking about Aaron O'Toole getting ousted, so I just figured I'd run this back, and it's a story. It's definitely a story. And all of those worst fears about compelled speech and then activists weaponizing it in order to just cause disruption, well, it's manifesting here. And if it was just about this little fucking moldy-headed twat just causing a ruckus in Hamilton, I wouldn't have talked about it. But it's his parents who are weaponizing his mental condition in order to, I don't know, become more popular or something fucking dumb like that. But here we go. Transgender student says teachers keep using wrong pronouns and names and wants more done about it. I'm sure they're making an effort. I'm sure they're not going out of their way, especially the faculty. Not much you can do about kids. Kids are going to bully, okay? And especially you're in the 8th grade and you just came out, okay? Because apparently it's been more than a year since Alex came out as transgendered. But how many different hair colors have you had? And have they all looked like carpet underlay? Just asking. When I was in the 7th grade, when this kid, okay, the boy to girl to, or boy to frog, I don't fucking know what the hell is going on here, nor do I really care. But in the 7th grade, yeah, I was bullied, okay? I was a big fat fucking loser with a big old mullet, and if I wasn't bullied into getting my hair cut, I would have had that mullet for a lot longer, probably. Thank God they did that, because bullying makes the world go round. Sorry, okay? You need to have stupid ideas challenged, okay? You need to get taught that not everybody's gonna be fucking great to you. You have to learn how to fucking fight back and grow a spine, not just have the world cave to your warped perceptions of it. And I'm sure this kid definitely, under his own volition, came out as being transgendered. Wasn't coached about it or anything like that, but this is a CBC article. We aren't going to get any sort of that deep diving out there because they're unbiased journalists. I'm sure they are. Alex said that they first, oh God, multiple people, right? He first made it public while in grade 7 at Dr. J.E. Davy Elementary School in Hamilton. That would have been, oh no, that's Ontario. I think they got a more American style of categorization. So it would have either been his first or second year of junior high school. So if you're not awkward as fuck already, just make this random public announcement that all of a sudden I'm trans, cool, you still have to hand in your math homework. It made me not like to go to school and made me not want to go there. Yeah, that's what most kids go through. Just call yourself fucking normal. That's what happens. You're not special, stupid, said Alex, who is only being identified by their first name due to their age and safety concerns. But there's a picture of the kid right there. Fucking CBC, man. You guys are so stupid. Alex said that they still... don't go a day without being misgendered by teachers and students. Oh my God. Okay. They added that unlike students who have repeatedly or reportedly been suspended, not a political tactic to, you know what, just because God knows kids never, you know what, misabuse any sort of power that they just foisted upon themselves. Just saying. A kid with a vendetta out there that just comes out as trans and then just can immediately start to weaponize stuff. Just weird. I've never ever, nobody's ever experienced that growing up in school. Nope, definitely not. Nope. They added that unlike students who have been reportedly suspended, none of the teachers seem to face any consequences. The issue of misgendering is important. Is it? Because you're saying it. It doesn't necessarily make it true. As transgender people have higher rates of suicide and mental health issues than others. Oh, do you want to start to have that conversation? Or do you just want to say, oh no, it's all about misgendering? Okay, it's not that there's like an 85% suicide attempt rate. Okay, it's not that now a majority of people who undergo the surgery end up having severe regret about it later in life. No, it has nothing to do about that. It's simply about misgendering and how important that is. Oh, okay. Do you want to have that conversation? No. A recent study led by the Center for Addiction and Mental Health. No, trans people are real people. Why do you have to go to the whole mental health aspect of it? You just don't want to reconcile with the facts, though, do you, CBC? In Toronto, suggests that concerns are linked to the discrimination they face. Who's they in this one? All of the transgender people? Simply Alex? This is what happens when you start to fuck around with words. Alex acknowledged that being misgendered or referred to by their former name, Al, an action known as deadnaming. See, it's so important that it needs to be described to you. You called me my old name. It's like, yeah, take a wild guess here. Okay, I prefer to be called Don, okay? It's just simpler to say, and that my full legal name, Donald, is just perfect for when I eventually turn 70, okay? Donald's a nice older man, an older gentleman's name, but it's just clunky to say, and it always just comes out as not as intended, not as written, D-O-N-A-L-D. It always just comes out D-O-N-U-L-D, Donald, or Don-I-L-D, Donald. It's just not a very pleasant name to say. Don, so much easier. One syllable, Don. Simple, memorable, strong, means leader in Scottish. It's great. Don't worry about it. But if somebody calls me Donald, I'm not going to freak out like some kind of a fucking sped. But then again, you know, using a full name, I'm sure is probably some sort of mental affliction. It might be a microaggression, some category somewhere, but the school needs to take more action. Family says, okay. Why? Because your little pet project just comes home and asking, did anybody microaggress you today so we can just go to the newspaper and talk about it because we need validation in our own lives? That's what happens with a lot of these family members that are ideologically possessed. Not making any preconceived or rather prejudgments here. Just saying. Alex said, while anyone may make a mistake, some teachers have consistently misgendered or deadnamed them. Yeah, mostly because they see through this as just a phase you're probably going through. Alex added, when they and their fellow classmates ask for a mistake to be corrected and for an apology, oh no, there's no apology that's going to be happening, okay? It's like, okay, like I said, when I was growing up, okay, like I had a mullet until I was in the 7th grade, right? So I would constantly just growing up, like I had a big old fat face because I was almost 400 pounds, okay? And long hair, okay? I would constantly get confused as a girl. And yeah, I'd feel goofy because of it, but then I didn't want everybody just castigated from society because they made a mistake. No, I had long hair and a round face, okay? I looked a little bit more feminine. Sucks to suck. I made a change. I didn't need the world to fucking bend to my perception and my reality. Just so narcissistic. But again, asking for an apology, it's like, okay, most people would just, fuck up. It's like, okay, if somebody comes up to you and it's like, hey, Carson, I don't know who Carson is. Oh, sorry, man, my mistake. But if you ask them, it's like, oh, hey, Al, it's like, it's Alex now, and you're going to apologize to me. If you're a cunt like that, everybody will just tell you, go fuck yourself and just to fucking move on. But if you're going to be in offense to all this stuff, if you're going to be theoretically walking around with a Randall notepad and just fucking marking down everybody's names so you can seek revenge on, I see a potential school shooter in the future. Just saying. I don't know necessarily who this kid is, even though CBC just plasters their fucking photo right there on the front page. Just weird, but that's their decision. I don't question anything that the CBC does. Mostly I just try to ignore everything that they do. But yeah, no, apparently it's just a daily occurrence of microaggressions, and microaggressions added up over time makes a mountain. Sure it does. With a few teachers, it kind of feels like they're doing it on purpose. Again, transfixed on a few people, okay? And again, it's not even necessarily that they're doing anything. It's just your perception about what they're doing, and they aren't being as accommodating as you think they should be. All right, then. It feels like they're not doing it on purpose, or they're not trying at all because they do it a lot, and I correct them, and they go like, yeah, and then they just brush it off. Alex explained. It's like, excuse me, my name is Alex, and I have they, them pronouns. And they're like, yeah, cool, whatever. That's a grammatic disaster, and you're in English class, so fuck off. Some teachers also haven't bothered to correct students who misgender or dead name their peers. Yeah, because they think it's stupid, and they're just using the kids that are in the classroom to just, kind of bully this nonsense out of you. So I can also remember growing up, and this was like really a lot earlier, okay? Wanting to grow up to be like a fire truck or a ninja. Eventually grew up and came to the realization that I ain't Japanese, and sure, I was fat, but I wasn't as big as the truck. But this kid's trying. In one case, Alex said that they quit the volleyball team because the coach repeatedly misgendered them. Are you sure that you quit? Or maybe you were being a distraction? Maybe you weren't that good? But again, all of this stuff, it's just definite truths that you're spitting here. You go off, sister, or whatever the sibling equivalent for a they, them is. Idiot. That's what it is. Alex later asked the school to have limited contact with that teacher. Again, this kid is so precious. Oh, I can't be around that teacher. I had to quit volleyball, and I know that that's my gym teacher or my social studies teacher, but I just can't be around them because, oh my God, it's just so stressful. How about if this situation is so bad for you, you switch schools? How about that? How about you take the initiative on yourself? Apparently your family just wants the world to bend to your perception. They're definitely not pushing on you at all whatsoever. Alex and their mother, Tanya O'Connell. Sounds like a Karen. So did you just indirectly fucking dox this kid? We're not going to use his last name. Here's his mother, Tanya O'Connell. Okay. Said they're aware the school is doing work behind the scenes and training teachers to be more inclusive. Why? Because you like the spotlight of having a transgender kid. I get it. It's unclear exactly what training teachers receive, as it should be. It should just be, hey, old mold dome over there? Yeah, you should probably just steer clear of him and just see him through the semester. But the family also says that in most cases, there doesn't seem to be any reprimand for teachers who continue to refer to Alex in the wrong way. Maybe it just doesn't happen. Maybe your kid's just making this stuff up because it seems to be, making certain things up. Just saying. When asked for an interview or comment to the concerns by Alex and their mother, the Hamilton Wentworth District School Board, very nice building you see pictured right there, declined the request because they're like, no, we're tired of dealing with the O'Connells. They're fucking nuts. A statement from Jerry Smith, the Super Nintendo responsible for student achievement at Dr. J.E. Davie Elementary School, stated HWDSB could not discuss personnel matters. Yeah, exactly. That said, staff adhere to the Safe Schools, equity, and human rights policies. Okay, cool. So if they're following, and they have to follow all of those policies, does anybody think that this kid is being 100 with everybody? I'm just asking. The Hamilton, whatever, school board district, Students, regardless of their gender identity, or sexual orientation, should feel safe at school. Okay? Have you documented any of this stuff, or are you just all making this up? Because it's really starting to seem like one of those nebulous Me Too accusations. So what would you call this one? They too? But Alex said that the school has at many times been sluggish to respond to concerns about bullying. Yeah. Okay, again, just to, bring it back to me just for a little personal touch to the video. Okay, yeah, bullied in school, obviously, because I wasn't a very assertive. I was just kind of a shy, tall, fat kid. And it's like, okay, it's easy to pick on fat kids because kids are bullies. Kids can be mean, but they aren't all that creative, really. So you see a fat kid, you make some fat jokes, and you bully the fuck out of them. And how did any school that I attended, because I attended multiple of them, we moved around a lot. It sucks to suck. What was the advice multiple times? Well, if they start to bully you, this was one of the principals who said this as well. They start to bully you, put that size to good use. That was the advice I got. It was good advice. In recent years, HWDSB has grappled with bullying that has gone unchecked many times. Unchecked bullying. Wow, just nebulous claims. Cool. As indicated in a report published last year. They've got a report. It's official. We have the documents. Alex brings up a recent example which involves showing their teacher screenshots of a group chat on Snapchat. Yeah, we ain't going to police the internet, okay? You know what? If you don't like the bullying that's online, don't go to a group chat on Snapchat. You can just leave. Whatever kids say in the off time is what they do. Those screenshots viewed by CBC Hamilton appeared to show a student using a homophobic slur. Oh my god, but if you don't identify as that gender, is it really a homophobic slur to you? Oh my god. When they initially flagged this, Alex said, did Alex flag it or did the school flag it? Again, there's a lot of flagging going on. The response from the school was that it couldn't follow up because it didn't control what students did online. Exactly. It's almost like this kid just doesn't understand, or his family, rather, because I don't think that this is all motivated by the kid, okay? I think that this is just some fucking lonely divorcee mother that goes by the name, let's just pick something, Tanya, okay? Because we didn't hear a lot from what the father said, who's probably just, I don't know, drinking at a bar thinking about how fucked his kid is. No, me thinks that there's probably somebody driving this agenda. But it looks like the belly aching produces results, apparently. Smith is... Oh, Jerry Smith, the superintendent. It's like, you guys haven't referenced him in a minute. It's not even in the same heading, so you should probably reset for everybody. Just, a little editor's note there, stupid. Would only say that the school was working with families involved and was committed to finding a resolution. And about 2 weeks later, Alex said the school suspended the student. There's a lot of secondhand information in this very important, very necessary conversation that's happening here. I shouldn't have to get angry for them to do something, O'Connell said. There's the line I was looking for. Meddling mother. What Alex is experiencing is traumatic. And look at my son, or that, or look at this. It wasn't enough that he had to dye his hair, that I encouraged him to do. It wasn't enough that he had to come out as being transgendered, which I definitely supported him to do. Look at my son, and look at all the problems that I have to do, and look at how angry he has to get, or how angry I have to get. Oh, fuck, I let it slip a little bit. Shit. You're a bigot for mentioning this. Take it out of the article. What are the experts out there saying? What are the loveless cat ladies? An LGBTQ consultant, I'm sure she probably has all of the dates in the world that she had to reschedule in order to take this speaking segment for the CBC. Alex and O'Connell, let's just fucking drop it already, really? Like, come on. Said the student has said it would aim to improve conditions in the future. And they're like, yeah, eventually you'll graduate and you'll be out of our fucking hair, you weirdo. But Alex is left wondering, Alex or Tanya? Just asking. I was left wondering about the options for today's transgender students. Alex is still being misgendered on a daily basis. Alex is not benefiting from these strategies or training or approaches. My priority is my child's safety. Oh, really? That's why he came to CBC, huh? Okay. And when they're being misgendered, they're not safe. How so? How so? Is using the pronoun causing like physical safety concerns, or is it just some sort of mental disorder that you need to fix? I'm just asking. Stop trying to change the world to meet your perceptions of it. But this is what happened. This is what's happening on Canadian campuses. This is what happens in Canadian public schools. We touch on this stuff every once in a while, and This is the reason why I'm so against the modern public school system, because then you got, what, Faye Johnstone saying that transgender students across Canada commonly deal with issues Alex has faced. And again, all of these fucking generalization terms. Oh, they face them all the time, and it's so bad, and it's awful, and everybody should just, you know, start to just wearing gray jumpsuits, and nobody even notices gender, sexual identity, or expression in fucking preteens, you weirdos. Stop with this shit. It's fucking nonsense. But yeah, if they ain't learning about disrupting the nuclear family, they're learning about how important it is to use they, them pronouns with your classmates. Fuck off. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.